I got my hands on 4 of the best VR prescription lens inserts and I tested them all out on my Oculus Quest 2. So I wanted to do a review and comparison video, but also provide you with a buying guide of how to pick the best VR lens inserts for you and your device. So let's focus in. Hey, howdy everybody, this is Dr. Neil Guymon, Dr. EyeGuy, and I do videos all about the eyes. And I've been getting a lot of questions about VR prescription lens inserts. And if you're somebody that hates wearing your glasses while you're playing VR, or you don't wear contact lenses, then these VR lenses are an excellent option for you. So I actually reached out to a bunch of different companies, and 4 of them responded and actually offered to send me a free set of lenses to test out on my Oculus Quest 2. Now, this video is not sponsored by any of these companies. In fact, I don't even have a discount code to give you, so they're all starting off on a level playing field. So I'll go through a bunch of different categories in this comparison and review video, but stay towards the end and I'll give you my recommendations of what VR lenses might work the best for you. So let's get into it. The 4 companies that I got lenses from were VR Wave, VR Lens Lab, VR Optician, and Reloptix. The first category is the accuracy of the prescription. This is probably the most important part. If they are made wrong, you are not going to see clearly and you're not going to like them. So I took all the lenses to my office and measured the prescription in the lenses, checked optical centers, PD measurements, and I'm happy to say every single lens from every company was made perfectly to my prescription. The next category, comfort, is probably where I found the biggest difference between the different lenses. One thing to note here really quick is that VR Wave and Reloptix have the magnetic lens design, meaning they have a base that you stick in the device on the lens pieces, and then they have the lens that has magnets on there that you can stick onto the base. It makes it very convenient because if you're gonna just pass off your device to let someone else play, you can just pop out the lenses really easily. The one downside to that, and this is probably my biggest issue, is that they take up more room inside of the device and they actually stick out a little bit. And this is where I found the biggest issue with the VR Wave lenses. I was only able to wear these lenses for maybe 5 minutes max. Because I have a big honkin' nose and the second setting on the Oculus Quest 2, I barely had enough room to put my nose in between the lenses, and so it actually pinched my nose, and even after 2 minutes it would leave a mark. And so people that even have smaller PDs than I do, or maybe bigger noses than I do, you probably want to stay from the VR Wave lenses just because they'll pinch on your nose. Now, this was the Oculus Quest 2. I know with other devices, the lens pieces have a different design, and so they'll probably have a little bit more room and probably won't even have that issue. But with the Oculus Quest 2, there's hardly any room, and it actually hurts to play with this VR Wave lenses, unfortunately. There was way more room with the Reloptix lenses. It didn't pinch my nose. You could tell that it took up more room in the device, but it actually didn't bug me at all. So keep this in mind. If you're looking for the magnetic style lenses and you have the Oculus Quest 2 and your PD setting is on 2 or 1, and maybe if you have a bigger nose, then I'd get the Reloptix lenses because they'll be way more comfortable than the VR Wave lenses. Now with VR Optician and VR Lens Lab, they both have the design where you actually just push the lens right onto the eyepiece of the device. Super easy to put on, and the benefits here is there is a lot more room inside of the device. You could sometimes barely even tell that you had lenses in there. So that's probably one of the biggest benefits between this design versus the magnetic style. Just really quick, I do want to thank everybody for the support on my other VR and eye videos. If you're liking this video, consider hitting that like button for me. This will help me know if I need to invest the time into further videos like this one. Now the next category is ease of use with the installation and removal of the lenses. And like I said before, the magnetic style, you can just remove the lens off the magnets if you're having to switch the device from person to person, so it makes it super convenient. I also found that the push-on style lenses weren't that difficult or annoying to remove for me, but I can see if you're switching the device a lot and you don't want to wear down the eyepieces a lot from pulling on that push-on style, then the magnetic style would be more convenient. But as far as just removing it, it didn't take any extra time for me to remove the push-on style lenses at all. So that was a close one, but I can see how it could be more convenient with the magnetic style. The next category is the quality of the lenses. Across the board, there wasn't one that stood out to me. They were all great. Quality of the lens coatings, the anti-reflective coating or the blue blocker coating, there was one that stood out to me, and that was the VR Wave. VR Wave kind of has a red reflection coating. It's actually really cool looking compared to the other ones, which are typically what I'm used to seeing. The AR coatings will have kind of a green reflection, and maybe the blue block coatings have this blue or purple reflection, but VR Wave kind of has this red reflection coating. Really cool to look at, but when I'm actually comparing in the device, I couldn't tell the difference between any of the lenses, and so they're all great. They all worked great. This next category is actually the packaging and the cases that the lenses came with. VR Lens Lab and VR Wave both have those circular cases, hard cases that you can put in the lenses. Super nice, super convenient to carry around the lenses. VR Optician kind of has the nice classic glasses cases that you can put in there. And then Reloptix has a really nice hard shell case that you can put the VR lenses in there as well. I really liked all of them. All of them have great designs. If I had to pick one, it would be VR Optician, because I do like the classic glasses look, and it can kind of double as a glasses case if you ever need it. So it kind of has a double use there, but they're all great. I do have to note one thing about VR Wave is their packaging that it comes with does seem a little bit more professional. It actually comes with a legit card with your prescription on there, a hard credit card like card with your prescription lenses that makes it feel more professional and more official. It also comes with extra magnetic bases just in case if something happens to one of your bases. So there's definitely a lot of value in the VR Wave lenses. The next category is the price of the lenses, and this is probably one of the most complicated categories because there are so many different variables that can influence the price of the lenses. In general, the higher your prescription is, the more expensive your VR lenses may be. Because the higher your prescription, they want to use the higher index lenses to make the lenses thinner and lighter. Now, in general, if you want to add on anti-reflective coating or a blue block coating, that's usually an add-on price, so it can make your VR lenses more expensive. Now, some companies will include the anti-reflective coating into the price, or maybe the blue block coating into the price. It definitely depends on the company, and I'll put links down below in the description so you can check them out. But in general, the prices are pretty similar, especially with the base price of the lenses. Now, one thing to consider is a lot of them you do have to pay shipping, and so that does increase the price. One company stood out as probably being the most simple pricing and probably the best value, especially if you want to add on coatings or if you have a higher prescription, and that's Reloptix. At the time of making this video, it's $80 for your set of lenses. That's even for a higher prescription, $80. If you want to add anti-reflective coating on there, $80. If you want to add anti-reflective coating and blue block coating on there, $80. If you need to add prism in your lenses, $80. And on top of that, it's free shipping. So that price actually includes shipping in there. $80 for your lenses. Probably the best value that you can find compared to the other companies. All the other VR lens companies have a similar pricing structure, and that's why Reloptix kind of stands out. So definitely makes it more simple, and definitely probably the best value, especially if you have a higher prescription and want those coatings on there. Now, I do want to mention this, that Reloptix, and they are upfront and honest about this. In fact, it says right on their website, right at the top, that it might take 3 to 4 weeks for you to get your lenses. And so just expect a month or expect a while to get those lenses. And I think VR Wave is similar. They're usually honest about how things are going, their production time and their shipping time. So let me go over my recommendations when you're looking for VR prescription lenses. Should you add on AR coating, the anti-reflective coating? And this is a yes for me. The anti-reflective coating will cut down on a little extra glare or God rays that you might get from having an added lens inside of your device. And so the anti-reflective coating will help light bouncing between the two lenses inside of your device. And so it definitely cuts down on more glare. Should you get blue block coating on your lenses? This one I recommend checking out my other videos, specifically the one about VR and blue light. If it's an add-on price to your lenses, then I'd probably say no. The reason being is because blue light, as far as helping with digital eye strain, it's still kind of up in the air. Some studies show yes, it can help. Some studies show no, it doesn't help. If you already know that by wearing blue blocking glasses definitely helps with your digital eye strain, then I would get it. But otherwise, I don't think it's worth the extra cost. If it's included in the price, might as well get it. VR Optician actually sent out 2 sets of lenses to me, one with the AR coating and one with the blue block coating. So I was able to compare them side by side, and I could barely tell a difference when I was playing VR. There's maybe barely a color difference with the blue block coating when I'm comparing side by side on a white background, but it's definitely not something that you'll notice when you're actually playing VR with the lenses. If it's included in the price, I'd consider it. If it's an extra add-on, that's a tough one for me, but I'm probably gonna lean towards a no. A lot of different companies offer Plano VR lenses, meaning they don't have a prescription in there, but they have the anti-reflective coating or the blue block coating on there. I wouldn't do that. I do not think it's actually worth the money to get those lenses. If you want a magnetic style design lenses for the convenience and you have an Oculus Quest 2, then I would get the Reloptix lenses. There's definitely more room, it won't pinch your nose. If you have a different device, then VR Wave lenses will be great. Now, out of these 4 lenses, which one did I personally like the best? I definitely like the push-on lens style better than the magnetic style, just because you have more room in the device. It wasn't crushing my nose, and so VR Lens Lab and VR Optician were definitely my pick, and both are similar in pricing and lens options, so definitely look there. Those were my pick for sure. Now, there are different lens companies that I didn't get a chance to test out. Widmo VR and also Frames Direct with the Oculus Quest 2 do make VR lenses for the Oculus Quest 2. And I didn't get a chance to test those out, but I've heard great things. Widmo VR is one of those push-on style lenses, and so I'm kind of curious to test that one out because I think that would probably be a good comparison and maybe be better than the other 2 push-on style ones, but Widmo VR would be another option to look at for sure. Now, there's a lot more detail that I could go into each individual VR lenses. If you have any questions about any of these VR lenses, leave them in the comments below. I do try my best to answer any of the questions that I get. And if you're interested in more in-depth review videos about any of these lenses, let me know, and I'll definitely look into making a video specifically about one of these lenses. I'm Dr. Neil Guymon, Dr. EyeGuy, focusing on you and your eyes. Check out my other videos right there. Stay focused, and I'll see you in the next video.